Okay. So, last VIP call I felt like was really good. We talked about embodiment, and I want to talk a little bit more about that today. I feel like a lot, and we'll of course get into the hot seat coaching as well, but I just want to start off with talking a little bit about embodiment because something that people ask me a lot, and something that I have thought myself so many times is like, how do I hold all of this? How do I hold clients and business and content, visibility, expectations, healing, a family? Like, how do you hold all of it? Because life is happening behind the scenes always, whether you're posting about it on social media or not. Like you can literally, I mean, I have had a breakdown and a profound breakthrough, like all within the same hour sometimes. And so as leaders, we have to show up anyways. And so we're not able to hold more than people who have all of these doubts because we're superhuman or whatever. We are able to hold these things because we're more embodied. And so, like leadership, and we talked a lot about this on the last call, but leadership isn't just what you teach. It is who you are, like actually being the person that you are helping other people become and teaching them about. It's who you are when nobody is watching. It's the decisions that you make in the chaos of life. It is like how you react to things when things go on, and then the energy that you hold when you feel like life is collapsing or somebody close to you is collapsing or a client is collapsing. It's the energy that you're still holding. And so today I want to talk about the difference between like being strong and performing and then being an embodied leader. And I said this on one of the revival calls one time. I was like, so many people have been like, you're so strong. And I'm like, I'm so fucking tired of being strong. But what they really were saying is like, you're holding it, you're not showing your emotions, even though life is actually falling apart, right? And so that's not what's necessary. We need to be embodied and like actually be practicing these things that we are telling ourselves that we want to live out every day and telling our clients to live out every day. So, something that a lot of people, like, for example, we don't want to disappear when life gets hard. We want to create from a place of self-trust and speak from lived experience, not just like these memorized frameworks. Like something that I have seen in my own content and in so many other people's content, and I have seen it in my own, so I'm not bashing anybody, is just like they will plug in a framework that they learned from somebody from a course or whatever into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will spit it out and they will just spit out this regurgitated information from ChatGPT. And while ChatGPT is a very powerful tool for helping you, like pull a framework that you learned from somebody, plug it into ChatGPT and say, "Hey, can you help me come up with some sort of outline? I want to tell this story." And not just like this regurgitated like education information that ChatGPT says, because people can tell. Like you cannot fake your content, like talking about content that's not from a lived experience. You cannot fake being embodied. You can show up and you can perform all day freaking long. But if you are not embodying these things that you are teaching, people will see right through you. Literally, I have said so many times, like earlier this year when I was just in the pits of hell with this lawsuit with my ex and just everything that he was torturing me with. Actually, I had a friend that was like, "Don't say that stuff. You're claiming that you're a victim, and then you're putting it out into the universe that you're a victim, and then the universe is going to start treating you like you're a victim." And I was like, "All right, that's fair. I won't word it like that anymore." But when I was going through all this stuff, I was still showing up, like I was saying, but it was such a performance. It was such a performance, and people could tell, and my sales dropped drastically. And then as soon as I started like my healing journey, and it's not to say that you need to be healed to show up because we talk about that too, but as soon as I started my healing journey and actually just like fully embodying what I was teaching, sales picked right back up. Like it was just like my audience could tell instantly through the screen whether I was live or not. It was crazy. Even in carousels, like that, whether I was live or not, like people can feel you. So when life is, you know, lifing, we normal people, not leaders, not embodied people, normal people create content, make business decisions, or just make any life decisions based off of fear, pressure, and like other people's expectations. Something that I have really, really gotten so good at since becoming an entrepreneur a few years ago is like no longer people pleasing and no longer like I used to always ask people like, what do you think? What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? And actually I was in the car with a Uber driver yesterday and I was telling her about this type of work and actually I was like, girl, you're actually an ideal client. Like, and so I want to talk to her more because she just had some crazy traumatic stuff and she has a business that is literally revolved around this crazy traumatic stuff she went to. And I'm like, wait, this is amazing. And so we were talking a lot, but she was like asking me stuff, non-business questions, like, well, do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do this? And I'm like, I think that is your own decision to make. And so when we're leaders, we need to start really like trusting our own selves and not like following other people's expectations. I mean, especially as entrepreneurs, you have to kind of leave that aside anyways, because society's like, well, you need to go to a job. You be realistic. You can't make that much money, like be realistic. And so if we actually listen to them, we wouldn't be entrepreneurs and we wouldn't be running great businesses. But even like in when you're in deep, like even just a year ago. I mean, I was still people pleasing, like with a lot of my clients. And so you really need to kind of set that aside and you need to choose like how you want to lead that doesn't involve how other people see you and how you're just being in your own self, like trusting yourself, embodying the identity that you're teaching people, having standards. Like if you were talking to a client and they were telling you an issue that they were having in their business, you would not be like, well, go overperform and go people please and go blah, blah, blah. You would tell them how it is. And so you need to make sure that you're embodying that in your business too. And so, for example, like, I mean, I talk about not not working with people who are like really stuck in their pain. And, 8 months ago, if people came to me and I could tell they were not going to take action, and I could tell that, they were not an ideal client, I would still talk to them anyways. I would talk to them for hours and hours and hours because I'm like, some part of me is just trying to convince them that like you're capable of doing this, like you can do this, even though I'm like, they're just not there yet. And so since I started teaching this stuff, I stopped taking them as clients. And your first time, like telling a client no or telling somebody no who wants to give you money is kind of nerve-wracking. But then actually, you just have to think if I can truly embody what I'm teaching, for every bad client I turn away, 10 amazing, thriving, aligned clients will come in. And that is actually true. It's not just like a manifestation woo-woo thing. It's because you're actually embodying things and your audience can tell. So something that leaders do and embodied leaders do is they don't ask how, they ask why. So for example, a lot of beginners, or just, oh yeah, a lot of beginners, right? Because as a beginner, you're not necessarily a leader yet, right? You haven't lived through what you're about to to do. I don't mean a beginner in business. I mean a beginner in whatever it is you're teaching. I mean, for example, we have a girl in the revival who she's a healer, and so she's a beginner business owner, but I would never call her a beginner because she's been doing healing work for many, many years. So like that's what I mean. Like if you're a beginner in whatever space you're in, you want to know like How do I do this? What's the guaranteed outcome? What's in it for me? Leaders, they ask why. Why do I want this to be the outcome? Why do I want to show up like this? Why do I want to attract these type of clients? Because this will help shape your identity and help you really like get to the bottom of why you want to do this. And that will help shape your decisions and how you show up in your business. So, like if your identity is rooted in chaos and survival, I used to say I thrive in chaos. Like I cannot even believe I identified myself as that because if you start identifying yourself as that, your brain starts confirmation bias, starts looking for things in your surroundings to cause chaos in your life because you have just said in your head you thrive in chaos. So you really have to be careful about like what you're identifying as. If your identity is like you know what? I can handle chaos. I don't thrive in chaos. I thrive when I trust myself and I am calm and I'm a leader. That's what starts showing up in your life is yes, hard things will happen, but you have already identified like I can handle hard things. I know that life is good when it's calm, and I can then start to train my brain to be more calm when hard things come up. And you're not like constantly like chaos is happening everywhere and you're miserable, but you identified yourself as somebody who thrives in chaos. So here's it's showing up for you. And I look back on how I used to say that, and I'm just like, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never, ever even said those words or put that in my head. Um, so I also want to talk about how embodied leaders sell. Okay, so I just talked a little bit about like turning down clients. But maybe you have an ideal client, right? And you really want to work with them and they want to work with you, but they're maybe like on the fence. Maybe they, need to get some finances together, or there's just a lot happening in their life, or maybe they're not completely sold on it themselves, but that they've got it in them. They're a good client. So we don't want to go convince them. So something that works really, really well. Well, something that a lot happens a lot. Maybe you guys have noticed this. Maybe you're not at this stage yet, but if you have somebody who reaches out to you and really wants to work with you, and then maybe they don't work with you, maybe they're like something falls through, they stop responding, whatever. If you keep poking and poking and poking and poking, eventually they will ghost you. One, they might feel a little bit ashamed themselves that they like didn't follow through, or they might also just be like, this person is like ridiculous right now. And so if somebody tells me like, hey, I really like what you have to offer. Now's not a good time. I'm just gonna straight up and say like, great, okay, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here whenever you're ready. And that's it. And then they're like, okay, cool, the pressure's off. And so then sometimes, a lot of times, even a week later, like they'll be like they realize that energy that you had, and they'll start to convince themselves into it like, okay, I really like her. A lot of times a week later they're like, all right, never mind, like I'm ready now. And then sometimes a few months later they're like, okay, hey, life has calmed down, I'm ready now. But if you like keep poking and you try to convince them, it's it's going to turn them off completely and you're just going to lose them forever as a client. So this is how like, and we talked about soft power. So this is kind of like soft power selling. It's just very grounded and steady and self-assured. And so you're not selling from this place of panic or pressure. And so many people are like, okay, but like I need to make a sale or I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. And it's like, yes, I get that. But if you are like if you cannot embody what you are teaching, it is going to be one, way harder to make a sale. Two, that person's going to be a pain. Okay, maybe you made a sale and you were able to pay your rent for the month and like, oof, okay, can breathe again until next month. You're going to keep attracting these clients and you're never going to scale to the level that you want to scale at. Versus if you can just be embodied and just recognize that when you are embodied and you are actually living all of this out, yes, okay, maybe like you didn't push that client to buy and they didn't buy more clients are going to come in. They're going to see this embodiment, they're going to see this grounded energy. Um, Also, like, if you are into the woo-woo side of things and manifestation and stuff, and like I really am into this stuff. I know like a few people are not, and so I don't want to just claim that this is truth, but um, if you are into like the manifestation side of things, when you are operating from a place of like, I need this, I need this, I need this, the universe will not give it to you. You do not get what you want or what you need, you get what you want. So if you can like calm yourself, ground yourself, meditate, do whatever you need to do to like stop operating out of a place of panic, even if bills are piling up and you're like, fuck, what am I gonna do? If you can stop operating out of a place of panic, the universe is gonna start rewarding you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how embodied leaders trust themselves. So when you first start stepping into like your intuition and stop asking other people for validation and opinions, it can be really hard. And you know what? Even if you don't think that you do this, because I didn't think that I did this, I stopped asking all my friends what their opinion was on my life. But you know what I would do is I would beat myself up if a reel like flopped. Or yeah, if like, I mean, my engagement rate has declined drastically. And that's okay because I'm not talking to the masses anymore. I'm talking to a very specific audience. So that's something that we can talk about at some point. Is like when your engagement rate drops drastically, that doesn't mean sales are going to drop. You're being much more specific. You can charge much higher prices. You're working with people who really feel alive. You're not like trying to just appeal to the masses and sell these like low ticket offers to like convince everyone and their mother to do this thing. So that's actually totally okay. But I remember when that first started happening, I really beat myself up. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't trust myself. I'm still looking for external validation, even though I thought that I was not there. Like I was like, oh shit, this is a wake-up call. I'm still here. Okay, so you really have to start to trust yourself in the way that you show up and stop letting the outside world like validate how you show up in your business. Like you don't need somebody else to validate how you show up in your business. And that's something we talk about as women. Like we just have this really powerful thing where we can make left turns in our business and do things that make no logical sense and it ends up being the right move. Maybe it's not the right move right in that second. Maybe right that second, like it feels like, oh my God, I made this move and things are slowing down and I'm terrified. And then 6 months later, you're like, oh, thank God I made that decision. That was the best thing ever because your intuition knows. So we really need to start like honoring that and trusting that. And when you are operating out of survival, you're in your head and it's very hard to start trusting your intuition. And that's why healing is so important too. Um, Something else embodied leaders practice is they don't over explain or apologize. So when you over explain something, it's from a place of fear because you're afraid the person's not going to get it. And over apologizing, it comes from approval seeking. I used to always be like, and I still do this sometimes, and I'm trying to not, but like I used to always be like, oh, sorry, sorry. My daughter's so bad at that. Like, oh my gosh, she grabbed my phone this morning, and I was like, wait, I'm in the middle of something, and she was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, Kylie, it's not your fault, girl. It's okay. You didn't know. I'm really trying hard to get her to stop doing that. And so when you say sorry, even though it's so innocent and you're not actually like deeply sorry in your bones because you know it's not a big freaking deal, like people start to be like, oh, this person has doubt. This person's not embodied. Okay, so watch out for that kind of thing, because that's just you shrinking, um, and people can read that. Embodied leaders do not shrink to make other people comfortable. Maybe like other entrepreneurs and other creators do, they might do that, and they might make tons of freaking money too. And you might be like, well, so and so does it. Okay, but is so and so a leader? And you know, so and so might be making like $1 million a year right now, but then in a few years, as soon as they, the trend dies and whatever, and they're not actually showing up as in the embodied leader that they are, the sales are probably going to drop drastically. Um, okay. So let's see here. I have some notes. I feel like I haven't even hardly referenced them. I'm like, I think I pretty much covered all of that. Um, Yeah, okay. Yeah. I feel like that was good. What do you guys think? If you want to come on, we can do hot seat coaching, but also like if you just want to come on and participate in the conversation and talk about your takeaways. And actually I do want to know. I do want to dive into the hot seat coaching, but I actually do want to know. I do want to know what you guys have learned the last 21 days about embodiment and how you start showing up and how you feel about yourself as a business owner. Like, I would love to hear everyone's takeaways. Dottie, you're not muted. I'm going to call on you.
Good, great. Um, the truth will out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a Shakespearean quote from 400 years ago. It's a deeply true metaphysical, it's a truth of the universe, and it must out. And when I spent a lifetime being conditioned to suppress my truth, to make the dysfunctional systems and culture that I was raised in function and work and stay stable. That toxicity,
Hmm.
not only in the family system, but in the greater culture, especially for women, middle-aged women,
Yeah.
even more than women after the 90s, like
Yeah.
into the 90s, from the beginning of the 90s to the end of the 90s. There was a huge transition, and the Me Too movement took off, you know. And so,
I feel
even
like
though
that was
there's a
even like
huge
early two.
extinction burst, what?
I was gonna say, I feel like that even lasted like into the like 2000s,
Oh yeah, it's still
Yeah.
going on now. But,
Yeah.
it's like increased what they call the extinction burst of the patriarchy of it seems to be getting worse, but the more women stand up,
Yeah.
consciously fight against it, the more we all embody a deeper truth.
Yeah.
um so yeah, those are great words. For me personally, it was this feeling of literally being dismembered, being ripped apart by the truth that was emerging.
Yeah.
And so I really had to fall back on my community
Can you?
during the prompts, during the
Yeah.
revival, during these prompts,
Yeah.
because people, I had to take it really, really seriously. I had to get outside support, more formal outside support, because it will make you fall apart if you don't take it yourself seriously. Because we've been trained to lie to ourselves
Hmm.
that those deep inner feelings that are emerging of having good boundaries,
Yeah.
not saying sorry all the time, witnessing abuse and speaking to it,
Yeah.
standing up and protecting our children,
Yeah.
not tolerating abusive, toxic workplaces, all of that. We have been so conditioned to not speak up.
Hmm.
It puts us in danger speaking up.
Hmm.
And so for me, I realized that to embody my truth, I have to create a deep sense of safety for myself and the reality of safety in my environment, in my living space. And it was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm still in it,
Yeah.
but you know, I as they say in 12-step programs, you keep coming back, keep showing up, keep telling your truth, keep getting support. It's one day at a time. It's more
One
intense for
day at a
some.
time. Yeah. Like
It's one
people are
day at a
like,
time.
I don't know
And
how I'm going to do this a year from now. And it's like, who cares?
right.
It's on today.
No, you have to be present with where you're at in the day. Because if I like 3 years ago when I first started following you, I was so deep in a pit of foul despair. I couldn't imagine even living, even surviving, let alone to where I'm at now. It's like I have my head above the pit right here. you know, and that's the process. That's been my process. And so I literally, even after all that deep work in the last 21 days of like super deep excavation, I've only been able to post with a serious structured reality that I feel is authentic to me for like 5 days.
No,
I,
Dot, you're doing. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. I love
Thank
your
you, honey.
posts. They're so authentic and they're so good. And you know what? It took you a little bit to get to that point. Imagine how much free, like, you have done so much fucking work. Like, can you imagine being where you are now? Like, what, I guess in March or whatever, like, or even just a few years ago when you were first dabbling into this world.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. It's like my higher self, my future self, I kind of always knew that I could be destined for greatness, for something big, for something massive. But I was so buried,
Yeah.
you know, and so uh it's just for me it's been a process of constantly um forgiving myself for having to forgive myself.
Yeah.
For getting to this place of total radical self-acceptance. No
Yeah.
matter where I'm at, it's okay.
Yeah.
I just have to keep using my tools, the tools, the structure. And so for me, the deeper structure that the prompts have provided on how to structure my story has been so helpful. And if I could just speak to that for a minute, I feel like I just barely glanced on half of the information in the daily um, prompt that you would give. Not only was there a journal prompt, but then there was a business prompt. And then there was a suggestion for how to make a reel and da da da. I could barely get through just the journal prompt. And so my intention is this is not the end of the revival for me.
Yeah.
I, Starting tomorrow, I'm going back to day one and going another 21 days. Every single day, I will go back I'll read what I wrote, and then I'm going to go deeper into the business prompt and feed that into my conversations with Cashinova
Amazing.
to get my next 10 volume of 10 stories for 10 days worth of prompts, because that's I'm literally having the one-on-one that we had was it totally transformed
Good.
me. I was able to take that information and forgive myself for not having a perfectly done funnel and just get to the authentic what I needed to post, what was stopping me, worked it out with Cashinova, and it spit out a 10-day plan with the deepest, darkest shame that was holding me back, how to break that down into my authentic story in 10 stories, 10 days. And so I plan to do that with every single journal prompt, feed it into and build on it. And eventually get my funnel done and start working in my call to action for the beginnings of my low ticket offer. And all of this is going to feed into me creating my own being stable and ready to have my own high ticket offer that's my own platform.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're
But
doing
it's a
it.
process.
Yeah.
And so I have to be okay with the person I look at in the mirror every day and say, okay, this is where I'm at today. I don't have my hair done today.
Yeah.
I don't have any makeup on today. You know, I might not have an apartment yet, but I have tools and I have a community. And even more importantly, I have a community out there yet to be that my future self is telling me you need to help these women that are
Yeah.
still in the foul pit of despair where you were at 3 years ago. I have a responsibility. So,
Yes. Think about the
yeah,
greater good.
right.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that. That was beautiful.
yeah.
Anyone else want to share? Or if you guys want to dive into questions, we can do that too.
Hey Becca, I just
Hi,
wanted to say
Kim.
I have missed a lot, so I have to start over the whole course because I've missed so much. I've almost only been on the videos. Like I literally haven't done, I've done a few things coming through, like what you guys would do, I think, on Sunday night, but I've just missed so much. So I'm going to start over. But kind of what you were talking about today, and I don't care who believes in manifestation or not because it's real.
Yeah.
And I can tell you it happened for me yesterday. I mean, multiple, I have been working on my mindset, and you kind of know my story too, for a while now. And I've really gotten better with it. I've been able to distance myself from my narcissistic ex, luckily, because he's found a girl now, which kind of was the answer to my prayers
Oh, wow.
because I kind of kept my foot in the door, like I had a hard time, and I'm still financially connected in some weird ways and other stuff. So that's kind of a long story, but I've been able to distance myself a little more. And it's funny because I'm going to make this really short, but I have my birthday's December 20th, and I've always dreamed of going to New York in December for my birthday and doing the whole Rockefeller Center thing. And I've just been picturing that in my head because I was going to do that this year for myself, even if I went by myself. But instead, I leave Friday for a 4 day trip to Tulum with this other social singles group I joined. Just kind of, I don't ever do this kind of stuff. I had a friend ask me yesterday, not even knowing this was a dream of mine. Hey, we were just talking and he asked me what I was doing. I said, well, I wanted to do something. I've always wanted to go to New York, but I don't have the money. He busted out laughing. He said, "You know, I told you my boss has places. He has this billionaire boss all over the world. He's got a place in New York and it's open a bunch of days. Do you want to go to New York?" And he said we'd be staying in his place, but it's on 55th Street. I think it's supposed to be a really nice place. And I'm like, wow, this sounds amazing. He said, then we'll drive an hour and a half to Delaware to the Oberon Mansion for his company party or something. I'm like, I'm in. He said, it's just his friends. No, we each have our own rooms. It's all paid for. He said, I'm going to pay you for your flight, everything. And then he came back and he said, yeah, the name of the place we're staying at is the St. Regis. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. So, so I literally am packing for New York and Tulum, Mexico today. I'm going to come home Monday night at 9:30 at night, grab another suitcase 9:30 a.m. the next morning and head to New York.
Oh my
I've
God.
never done anything like this, but I think it's because I literally just that's where my thoughts were. I was positive. I could see myself in New York. I could see myself ice skating, looking at all the, Christmas stuff, and boom, I'm there. So I just had to tell you there, I'm sorry, there's something to it.
Ah, I love that. Oh my gosh. I have goosebumps. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, and I know that's not about my business, but I am putting this mindset into my business because, I've switched gears now too, and I'm so excited. I feel so much more aligned,
I love it.
um, just so much more aligned because I've been doing this for years now, and that, this has been my life, and now I'm kind of able to tell my story. I'm still got to be really careful with it because if he sees it, I'm going to tell my story in a way where I'm not talking bad or pointing fingers, but which I can definitely do that. But I do feel more aligned, and I think just putting my mind doing the same thing with my business, I've just been picturing myself where I want to be, you know. So
I'm
I
so
think there really is something to that.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm so excited for you. Like when we talked, I guess, I don't know, maybe a month ago now about just kind of where you're going. Like, I mean, you're literally embodying everything that we're teaching right now. Like you are literally going after what you feel passionate about, what you're in alignment with, what you have been living through and embodying yourself. And sales are going to just start coming so easily. You're going to be like, what the hell is happening right now? It's going to be
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've still got to get consistent. That's my big number one thing I think for me is consistency, but I'm working on that. So
yeah, good.
thank you for everything.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Becca, I have just a quick question. Is the Facebook group with the full guide of all the daily prompts going to stay active so we can go back to it?
Oh yeah, it'll be there forever. Because
Okay,
Facebook
great.
groups are free, you know? That's why I choose a Facebook group over like a school community. Because I'm like, I don't want to pay for a school community and then have to take it down. And then everyone's like, ew. So yeah,
Okay, great.
I want to keep this Facebook group alive and well. I know like it won't be as active with the challenge not being actively in session, but I am turning the revival into like an evergreen product and we'll have like more people coming into it. But yeah, it'll be there forever.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can
Hi.
I? Hi. Thanks for this, Becca. I just want to share like multiple things. This has been really great for me. The first thing I think is I didn't actually follow the journaling prompts. I kind of just customized it to myself and I just set a 15-minute timer and I just wrote. And that helped me to unclutter my mind because I think that's like one of the things that I notice. Like I just get into these idea loops and they just continue and continue and continue. And then as like, I think it was day 5, I just noticed it was so much quieter. And from that day, I started having like all these like epiphany moments.
Yes.
It's like, I'm just like, how, and they're simple ideas, but I'm like, why didn't I think of this before? Why didn't I do this before? You know? And the really cool thing about it too is when I'm posting, like I found this Facebook group that I absolutely love. And it's who my clients are, which are nurses who want to like bring extra income in outside of nursing. And I've been posting in there and the comments are exploding. I'm getting like 100 comments, 50 comments, like a bunch of stuff is coming from that group. And that's the group that the owner of the group actually she ended up purchasing my offer, which was
That was
Christine.
the commission you made?
Yeah, that was the commission I made. And then on top of that, there is like I have a call this afternoon with another woman who has invited me to speak inside of her school group for like digital nurses. And I'm just like, so all these like opportunities are coming to me because I'm not clogged anymore. And it's like it feels so fresh. Like I feel so much relief just by doing it for the first 5 days. And then all these like opportunities start coming.
Yes. Okay, for everybody listening, and if you're in CCI and you guys have the manifestation course because you're in VIP, but I talk about the morning pages and I try to sell everybody on it and tell them how great it is and they're like, so
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Well, and also I've missed the last 2 days and I've noticed like my shrinking again. And I'm just like, okay, I got to get back to it. Like I know that I need to do it, but you just have to do it.
Yes.
You just have to do it. And
Yes.
even with that being said, it's like all these like things are coming like you, Dottie, like just being shrunk for a lot of my life. Like my dad was really controlling. He talked a lot and I never had a second to say any opinion, anything. And so I'm like, I really have to step into that, like that leadership of, yes, my opinion matters. Yes, my words matter. Yes, everything that I put out there does matter. And so it's like journaling on that a little bit deeper. I still have to do some of that work.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh,
Yeah, it's
is this the same school community that you were talking about last time that you were?
it
Okay.
is. So the woman that I have a meeting with is the woman that I have a meeting with this afternoon is the school community leader. And she's actually really interested in the AI offer that I have also. So it's going to be a twofold. Like, and then yesterday somebody was like, I'm going to do it, but I have a flight to catch in the morning. So this is 3 sales in just this last week. If these
Yeah.
people come through, and I have a really great feeling that they're going to come through. And I'm like, my mind is blown because really it matters what offer you're connecting with. Like if you don't have like if you have an intuition that it's not really there, like if there's even a little inkling that it's not really there, trust yourself because I tried to sell something that I didn't fully believe in for so long. And then I connected to this and I'm like, this is so easy. And it's true. People on the other side of the screen, they can tell.
I have goosebumps again. I've just been getting goosebumps throughout all the revival calls. I am so excited for you. Oh, that's so amazing. So then when you're in this school community, are you going to then talk about the AI stuff and then is she going to allow you to pitch your offer at the end?
I'm gonna go into it teaching and then offering them for them to go into the more in-depth training. And she said I could put my affiliate link in there. So that's 200 people that I'm instantly in front of that are actually actively looking for other ways. You know, it's not just random, it's they're actually looking. So I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. That is so amazing. Wow, and it's a high commission too. Like three sales
It
in 1 week is great.
it is, yeah. And I'm just like, okay. And here I am like that other side of me too. I'm like, okay, I did 3 sales. Now it's not going to come in anymore. You know, like that starts to bubble up. I'm like, okay, no, I have passed that point. So I think it's going to be, I think I remember on one coaching call a long time ago, somebody said it's like popcorn. Like you have all these people following and sort of like interested and commenting here and there. And then all of a sudden it's just going to be like, they're all going to come out, right?
Yes, definitely. And something that really helps with like kind of the if the limiting beliefs creep back in is one journaling, but also like tapping, just doing the like money, I forget what it's called, but the money limiting belief one that's in there, if you've seen that one. That one's
Yeah, I that's the one I've been doing every morning with my journaling.
okay,
Like
good.
that combo is like it's
Yay. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Thank you so much for sharing.
yeah. And do you mind if I share one more thing?
Please, please.
So with that being said, the epiphany that came to me, I was a travel nurse for like 6 years out of my career. And so I went all over to a lot of different hospitals in the US. And um, this is really funny, but being in that industry, like travel nursing, you are I mean, I'm sure your information is sold, but you get a lot of calls from a lot of recruiters every single day. And there's like 15 to 20 calls. At one point in my history, I had 15 to 20 calls in a day, and I just had to like block them all. And then this week, I was like, you know what? I'm going to answer one of these. Just, I don't know. I don't know. There was no reason. I'm
You
not,
felt it. You
I'm
felt
like,
it in
I
your gut.
felt
You
it.
had a little intuition.
Yeah. So I answered, and the guy was asking if I was traveling, and I said, no, not right now. But then I offered him the AI ads. So he put it in front of the marketing team. And on top of that, I was just like, wait a minute, like nurses get when you refer a nurse to these agencies, you get $1,000 to $2,000 referral bonus. So last night I was up until 1 a.m. and I created an ad for one of the companies for a referral bonus, and I'm going to start running it today. And those like, can I share the ad? I'm
Yeah.
like on fire right now.
Heck yeah. I love that you're on fire right now. This is beautiful.
How do I share my screen?
There's a green button at the bottom that says share.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let me pull it up because I just like I'm really good at what I do. And I
Your
don't
ads are
used to
amazing.
shrink when I would say something like that, but I am really good at this. Um, and okay, let me share the screen. Oh shoot, I think I have to open up the settings.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't allowed Zoom to share your screen before, yeah.
Let me just do that real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're so fine. Yeah, you are really good at what you do. I've seen your stuff. They're so good.
Thank you.
Have you thought about offering that as a service for other businesses? Like, hey, I can create and run your ads for you.
I do. I have.
Well, I know you're doing that. Actually, yeah, I knew this.
I've sold one, I don't think you can see my screen.
I can't. No.
Shoot. It says that I have to close the Zoom and open it back up. I'll share it in the group.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
But yeah, I've sold one of these ads to a nurse coach already. So yeah, I'm selling it as a service, but I think I've decided that I'm using my Facebook group to promote like as an affiliate, and then on the back end, I'm selling it as a service, like through cold messaging and that kind of stuff. Because I didn't want to exhaust my like audience with saying, hey, you want to buy an ad, you want to buy an ad. I felt like it would get to be too pushy, but this selling it as an affiliate offer for other people to either learn, it's going a lot better.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Christine is at, I mean, I assume she's there. The mastermind that we're in together is going on right now, and Sean, that's where Sean is out of town. He's there, and I'm so sad I couldn't come, but this is like the first time that I have like actually single mommed. Like my mom did not want to come to Nashville to watch Kylie. She couldn't go out of school to go back home, and I'm like, fuck, I can't go to this thing, and I'm so sad about it, but I really like Christine. She's a good person to be doing this with.
She really is. And I think that's probably the biggest alignment thing, because I know that people that I bring into her world she's gonna take care of them. And I
Yes.
feel really good about that.
Yeah, amazing. Good. I feel like also like it's easier when you're not necessarily targeting beginners. And like if you're targeting people who want to run ads, they're not like beginners. They have something they want to
That's
sell.
that's true. I didn't even think of that. That's true.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, so that's good too. Yeah. What I will say, I know a lot of you guys are working with beginners, so I don't want to discourage you out of it. Eventually, at some point in your career, you'll probably want to stop working with beginners. And that's not to say beginners can't be the most aligned soulmate clients, like if they really work at it. It's just that 90% of people don't. 90% of people just want a quick fix. So it's not even saying that beginners cannot be the most amazing people to ever work with. It's just 90% of them just drag their feet. They have all these doubts. They haven't dabbled in entrepreneurship before. And so it's just much easier to get results with people who have started because they have that self-belief and stuff. So that's good.
Becca, I just shared it in the chat, so I
Oh,
don't know.
good. Oh, do you want me to pull it up?
Can you? I'm like so excited about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Where did my chat go?
I'm begging you, do not click that link to find a travel contract with American Traveler, because apparently they think nurses deserve things like weekly pay, real insurance on day one, and recruiters who actually want to make your contract meaningful. It's disgusting. And the benefits? Medical, dental, vision, 401k match, reimbursements, free CEUs. Honestly, I was trying to be miserable and undersupported. They ruined that for me.
Oh, and if you're tired of being underpaid in your staff job, yeah, they fixed that too. Truly disappointing. Because it was a hobby of mine to scrape pennies until the next paycheck.
And placement? Some nurses get offers in 24 to 48 hours. Like, excuse me? I didn't emotionally prepare for things to actually work out. They even help new travelers. They explain everything clearly. Where's the confusion? Where's the chaos? The emotional breakdown? Gone. It's just so boring. And God forbid you don't vibe with your recruiter. American Traveler's like, no problem. Want a different one? No drama? No emotional damage? Unacceptable. They even give you options. 3 shifts a week if you want work-life balance.
Or 4 shifts a week so you can stack cash and take a real vacation, which is honestly rude. Because what will I do now that I don't have to pre-launch my pneumonia that's going to last 2 weeks?
Next thing you know, you'll be traveling, making great money, and wondering why you ever stayed staff.
So seriously, whatever you do, don't click the link. Do not fill out your profile and definitely don't connect with some of the best recruiters in the industry. I warned you.
Yay! That was so good. Oh my gosh, I loved that. The messaging was so good.
Thank you.
Amazing. Oh, thank you for sharing that. How's everybody else doing?
Can I
Hi,
go next?
Ashley. Yes, come on.
Yeah, so for me, a big thing was to rise from the ashes. You need to light it all on fire and burn it all down first, right? And I was working on something. If you know me, I'm from DMS, so not in CCI yet. And I was working on something, and then we had this call, and you're like, if it's, really not tickling your soul every morning to get up and do this thing, it's, something, it's not the right thing. So two things there. One, I manifested my own actual business idea. So that was my journaling. So I've been doing the journaling religiously, the whole morning routine with all the steps, what am I grateful for, and the morning pages and my journaling prompts religiously, the tapping. And every day I'm writing a page for manifesting, just like you taught, how you feel, how you feeling, where are you? And I had a very detailed dream of my idea will come to me. So after you said, if you don't feel it, then my idea will come to me. And I kept journaling on it. I said, yes, that week that my husband is traveling, I'm gonna be in bed. I'm just gonna have finished my morning, meditation, and it's gonna come to me. And I had a very specific week in mind, and it got all the way to the last day, and I actually got like a little bit doubtful. And then on the last morning, it happened exactly as I envisioned. So I actually stopped doing everything that I'm doing. I'm building out my own offer because part of the revival, when I looked back at all my old posts in DMS and everywhere, and I realized the thing that I keep speaking about is fear, but I never really understood where that fear came from. I never looked at it that way. I just, oh, I'm just an antisocial person. I'm not a social media person. And then with these journaling prompts, I had to look really deep into where it originated from, like from years of school bullying, from things that I had buried in the back of my head that I had completely even forgotten about. So it was very much, breaking down these walls, actually getting to the very dark bottom of myself to then rise from there and turn that pain into my power. So now I'm working on an offer, which is going to start off as an LTO with a challenge called Unmuted, which is a 7-day challenge of getting over your fear of being seen and being judged. Because I think that's a lot of people, where a lot of people got stuck. That's where I was stuck for the last good 15 years. And it has been so powerful. So even for me, like somebody said, I don't remember who, that they're gonna go back and do the revival all over again, as will I, just to really get into the depth of that and build based on that experience something beautiful to help others. Thank you.
I'm tearing up. Oh my God, that's so good. I'm so proud of you and excited for you. First of all, the power of like actually doing the stuff. Second of all, like that is so like just so brave of you to first of all take action and do this journaling because it is hard and emotional shit comes up. Like I have bawled my eyes out in the middle of journaling and stuff before. And then for you to like just come to this profound like revelation of, okay, this is like just applying everything that you have learned and felt into like helping other people heal and do that same thing is like so beautiful. I'm like literally tearing up right now and I'm so excited for you. And thank you so much for sharing. So good.
Thank you so much. It has truly been a transformational experience. I'm sure everybody here can nod along and say it's been a very, very looking deep into yourself and really finding and connecting with yourself first. And then, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to connect with yourself first and then take that to the world.
Yes. Yes. And I haven't read your application yet. I dropped my daughter off and then went to the gym and literally just got out of the shower. But obviously I feel really good about it. But I am like excited too because that we can help you just build it all out and like create a sales pathway that makes sales feel really effortless too. So, oh, this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing. Okay, how's everybody else doing? Anybody else have any questions or want to share anything? No? Okay. Um, okay, well, this was so fun. I'm so honored that you guys were here with me. I'm going to reminder you have until Friday to fill out the application for CCI to get the extra one-on-one. I will email you guys again today, just more information and the link as well. This was so good. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do want to hold like more live programs. The revival I probably won't repeat for maybe another year. Like I said, this will turn into an evergreen program, but like I really enjoyed connecting with you guys every single week for the last few weeks and seeing everybody just do it in real time. It's so much more powerful, I feel like, than, which is why I love community, than just selling courses. Like, we don't even hardly have any like a la carte courses we sell. If we do, it's like low ticket, to get people to see the work and be like, okay, cool, we like them, we want to work with them. Like, it's not, I don't really sell like high ticket courses by itself without the community, even though like that's a great place to be. I love the community and seeing you guys. So I definitely want to run some more live programs in the future. This has been so, so fun and amazing. And I'm so grateful that you guys did this with me. Okay, Carrie, I'm going to message you after this. Well, I'm going to message you. I'm going to see if Sean can fix whatever's going on the back end, and we'll refund you for the.
Probably did something. Who knows what I did?
You had access to it before?
No, I don't think I ever did.
Oh.
So I guess I didn't realize what I was missing. The only thing I've been doing is the journaling prompts. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't,
because you got access to like our wealth energetics module that we have inside CCI and a
no, I
manifestation.
actually did find a link for that, but I got an error, so I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, and then Albie, you told me there was an
Yeah,
issue coming up.
it's still that, yeah.
Oh,
It's just
well,
popping up an error. But I had access till about yesterday. So that's something that happened from yesterday
there's
because
something with funnel freedom on the back end. Okay, I will call Sean literally as soon as we get off this call, and he's gonna need to step out and fix his shit. So maybe give me like 30 minutes and I will post in the group when all of that is fixed. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Honestly, Albie, I thought it was just something with the fire challenge, and now Carrie, you're telling me that, so there must be something going on the back end of funnel freedom.
it's like the whole courses.fireofferchallenge.com domain.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I will fix that and I will post in the group when that is fixed.
I blame it on solar flares. There's a lot of those.
Oh, Mercury in retrograde is over, so that's good.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Amazing. All right, ladies. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Love you, Becca. See you tonight.
Love you. Yes, if you're in CCI, I'll see you tonight. Bye.
Bye.